Welcome back to BBN tonight. You know, everybody loves an underdog, right? So how about this one? Former walk-on, special teams player, earns a scholarship, a job along the way, and is now coming back to school for his 6th year. And not only that, he's coming back to get his 2nd master's degree.
He's talking about Kentucky football's kicker, Matt Ruffolo, of course. He sat down with our Maggie Davis.
Luke Fortner has left us for the NFL. Somebody's got to take on the old man jokes. Is it going to be you this year? How long have you been here?
I've always liked to say I got some good old man jokes, but you can ask some of the younger guys. Like, I'm the dad around here now. Although I think some of the other 6 years might be older than me, like J-Dub, but I'm just going to say I'm the old man around here from now on.
I like that. I mean, you got to embrace it, right?
Oh, yeah. I love to embrace it.
And a lot has changed with this program. When you think about who you were when you got here back in 2017 to who you are today, how have you seen yourself change?
I've seen myself change a lot. I came in as a little chubby boy, kicker who was like 3rd string. I thought maybe I'd get a chance, but didn't really know if I was ever going to get a chance. And so, like, when I was making my decision coming here, I was like, I want to go somewhere where if football didn't work out, I was going to enjoy myself. And so just coming in as a freshman, really not knowing, to being a walk-on to starting, and here I am now coming back for a 6th year. It's just been a whole dream come true and a great life experience.
Yeah, that's crazy when you think about it. I mean, you came here and you're like, well, even if I don't play, I'll still like it. Now here you are being the kicker for a couple years now, going on your 3rd, right?
I think it's 3.5, something like that. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
The fact that you decided to come here without knowing that you were going to get that opportunity, I think says a lot about you and your love for the school as a whole.
When I came to UK and I came on that one visit with my high school coach, I just fell in love with this place. The facility was brand new. I think it was only like a year old, and then they take you around campus. And when they were like, hey, we'd love to have you as a walk-on, I was like, boom, I'll take it. Like, I wanted my shot, and I knew I could compete. And so just coming here and being where I am now, you look back, it's just kind of a really cool story.
You know, to come back for another year, you have to keep taking classes, right? What will you be doing next year?
You know, I thought about taking some, bogus classes like wine tasting or like some hardware, whatever they call it, wood making class, I don't know. But I was approached by the director of the Masters of Finance program, the MSF, and he was like, hey, it's only a 30 credit hour Masters, and you already have credits carrying over from the MBA because we take some finance classes in the MBA. He's like, hey, why not take a Masters and get another Masters? So that's what I'll be doing next year.
And obviously you're trying to look ahead a little bit now. It's more than a year away. But when you think about, what we're going to do after football, and you have all these degrees on your resume, like you said, what do you think could be next?
I want to try for the next level of the NFL, but obviously if that doesn't work out, I'll have 2 master's degrees, and I think I want to go the financial route. I had an internship with UK Healthcare that's through the MBA. So also there's an opportunity to go into hospital administration, kind of the business side of the hospital. Football doesn't work out, I got the 2 masters, and hopefully I'll do something with that.
That's so interesting. I think hospital administration is such like a different sort of path. Like, I don't hear a lot of people doing it, and the ones I do, I'm always like, huh, that's different. I never would have thought about that.
Yeah, there was a former kicker here, JJ Housley, and he works over there at UK Healthcare, and with the opportunity through the MBA, through Project Connect they call it, they work with all these type of companies like Brown-Forman, Valvoline, and UK Healthcare, and I was just like, hey, why not go try this out? Someone mentioned it to me, and it kind of sparked my interest, and it's pretty much just the business side of it. And so with my finance degree and my MBA, it's business, and I kind of would like to explore that too.
You've had one graduation already. You have this one. I guess we'll have another one next year. Do you go to all the graduation ceremonies? Do you walk across the stage?
That's funny. I was actually talking to Luke Fortner about this. I was like, "Are you going to come to our graduation?" He's like, "Nah, dude, that's my 3rd one. Like, I'll pass on that one." But I went to my obviously undergrad one, and then I'll do my MBA because that one's important to me. Next year, we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
When you were trying to decide about, whether or not to come back for this next season, what sort of went into that decision? Was it part academic, part football? How did that sort of play out for you?
I think all of it played into it. Obviously, I want to, try to go to the next level. And then with the academic side, having another master's. But overall, just what Coach Stoops has built here, the program and everything, having the opportunities given me to come back, I couldn't say no. I mean, you get to play one more year of college football. I mean, how cool is that? So with all of that factored in, I had to come back.
And I mean, momentum-wise, it's hard to ask for anything better. They were just playing Citrus Bowl highlights up here, and I was getting goosebumps again with, all the DeAndre Square interception and that last Wan'Dale Robinson drive. And a bunch of made kicks by you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that gets overlooked sometimes. You were a big part of that game, right?
Exactly. I mean, I had 2 field goals. We won by 3 points. Just putting that out there. But, overall, you're right. Wandale Robinson's great catch and play right there. The defense had some great stops, but obviously it's a team sport. But I did my job, so that's what I go for.
That seems like something Mark Stoops and the staff really value is just they always say do your job and focus on your job, and that seems like something that you've really been able to buy into, and just watching your teammates sort of react after the field goals and everything like that is like, I think the team has that faith in you too. Like, you are going to do your job.
As specialists, we're kind of the ones that are off doing our own thing. Guys are like, I wish I could be a specialist, wish I could do that. And so we know the pressure on us because we have that one play, whether it be a punt, we have long snappers who got to snap it perfectly every single time, or a field goal for me. We know our job is very important. We know the pressure. So we know when we go out there that we have to execute perfectly.
Do you remember your first field goal you kicked here?
I do.
You talk about the pressure. Like, what was that like the first time you did it?
My junior year was the Mississippi State game down there, and I just remember Chance was still a kicker at the time, and he went down with an injury, and everything just happened so quickly. I just remember one of my coaches pointing to me, and he was like, "Hey, go warm up. You're up next." And I'm just like, "What?" And so I'm just warming up in the net, and then we got the ball back, and everything happened so quickly. And they're like, "Hey, you got to go out there and kick a field goal." I'm like, "Right now?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." And so I think nervous-wise, I don't think I was that nervous. But probably the next game, I think I was more nervous because it happened just so fast.
Right, you didn't have time to think about it.
Had no time to think about it. They're just like, "Hey, you're out there." I'm like, "All right, I'll go do it."
So now that you've been doing this for a lot longer, I mean, does that sense of nervousness still sort of enter your mind a little bit, or is it more just, can't think about it?
It's natural for everyone to be nervous about something, but I think just on the other side of that, like, fear of just the reward you get after you kick that field goal and you see it go in and high-fiving your teammates, that's what I love and that's what I live for.
Where do you place your goals and expectations for this season?
I just want to remain the consistent kicker. I want to be the person to be relied on, and when my name gets called and I got to go out there and kick a field goal, I want Coach Stoops to trust me. I want my team to trust me. I want to be more of a leader on this team and, be kind of a mentor for the younger guys.